The Bible always meant what I was sure it meant until it didn't.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
I was sure it meant this, and one day the light came on. And,
Son of a
Language.
wow!
gun.
You knew till something happened, and it was exciting because you saw something that it never before existed, even though it did. It was always there, right in front of your face.
I was way off.
And we've all had that happen a
Yeah.
billion times in our lives.
Yeah.
Learning to ride a bike. How is this thing going to keep me up? It falls over.
It's balance. It's just balance.
It's impossible. And then you learn it and you're like, oh, that's so easy. You can't fall off a bike hardly now unless you crash.
It's like I say, once you see some of this, you can't unsee it. And you don't want to unsee it.
No.
The subliminal message that I hear is that we can't really know who God is. He's too great. He's too glorious. Nobody can look on him. Nobody can see him. He's hiding from us. They don't say that, but that's what it comes out as, that we're on our own and we just have to do the best we can, because if we don't, we're really going to pay a price. Our best may not be his best, which then also condemns us. And when you've heard these same messages for years, and now you've got this body of knowledge that you are sure is the truth, you don't question it because you already know that it's true. But if you're open to it, there are other ways to translate what that verse is, but it's been translated corruptly for so long that that is now the truth, and don't question it. Problem is if you've got a translation, there will be many places in that translation where it will tell you things about God and about yourself that just flat aren't true. It depends to some degree on your paradigm of what are the lenses you're looking through to see. You got these lenses. You don't even know you have the lenses. They're your reality, but they're really just a lens. I can take anybody and ask them enough questions, and it doesn't take long before it's obvious they're confused about God. They don't even know they're confused about God. They don't even know they're confused about who they are. They admit they don't know everything they need to know, but they're sure that what they know is right. We've got a wonderful Father who loves us, and if we just use some reason and start questioning, what do I really believe? And Father, what do you believe? Because I don't even know what I believe, Father. And I've had to tell him, I don't know what I believe. I know the things that I agree with, but I agree that I should be doing this, that I should be living this way, but secretly, I'm not going to admit to you, Father, or anybody else, that ain't the way I'm living. I'm living this way. From the cross to the resurrection was something massive, beyond anything that we could even conceive. And yet, we are capable now of knowing things that in the Old Testament, in Habakkuk, he said that if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. If God told us, we could believe it if we want to. But we've had such bad teaching for so long that what the truth is just doesn't make sense. We just can't process, but we could. We could by obedience, using the definition that I've given you over the years, that I take what God says and I keep God's words in front of me, knowing they're his words, but I don't understand them. But I'm not going to do like a translator and force God's words to make sense. I'm just going to take God's words as they are, and I'm going to ponder them and meditate on them. And at some point in time, I'm going to begin to understand what he said the way he meant it. It's so easy. It's so simple that it's dumbfounding. Well, once you finally understand it, you'll realize you already knew the truth. You already knew everything I'm talking about. Everybody already knows. They just don't know yet that they know it.
Right.
But you've experienced that with me. I've told you that you know these things. There's nothing I can tell you you don't already know. The thing is that you don't realize you know it, especially because there's so much that isn't true, and that confuses you about what you know that is true. So you are left guessing and trying to make sense of stuff that just don't make sense of if you're trying to put them together. People tell me, well, God knows everything.
Right.
And that's not true. God doesn't know everything, and he says he doesn't know everything. It's in the Old Testament where he says that he doesn't know everything. Where? When he was talking about Adam and Eve and Adam naming the animals. And he said that, I don't remember the exact words because I don't have my computer on,
Sure.
but God says that he wanted to see what Adam was going to name the animals. Wait a minute. If he already knew, then why did he have to wait to see what Adam was going to name the animals?
Right.
That's fake. They're fake. God doesn't know everything. He knows how to fix anything and everything. He can do anything in terms of fixing things. But he doesn't always know what we're going to do. And if you think about it, since we're like God and God is like us, that if we were to know everything that was ever going to happen and everything about everything, you know what? You and I would be, it'd be worse than boredom. You couldn't do anything that you didn't already know was what was going to happen and the result of everything. And life would be monotonous. It'd be worse than that. So it's not that he knows everything that's going to happen, but as a multidimensional chess player, he knows that if I do this, well, then he knows how to handle that. But if I do this, he knows how to handle that. But he doesn't know what I'm going to
Yeah.
do always. He has the ability, because he's a chess player, to foresee much of what we'll do. He knows that because of who I am and the way I think, that most likely I'm going to respond this way when something
Sure.
happens. And he's right, because that's the way I'm going to
Yeah.
respond it. But he's not always sure of everything that's going to happen. He is waiting to see what's going to happen. But regardless of what happens, he knows the answer. He knows how to fix. He knows everything to always do. I don't think I ever told you this, but sometime after my son got married,
Mhm.
she had been suffering from anxiety attacks her entire life, bad ones, like I had been
Yeah.
50 years ago.
Yeah.
And she got my book and she was reading that. And she was listening to her husband, my son, who's learned much of this. And literally, her anxiety attacks left. She's never had one since.
Wow.
Now it's been several years. And because she heard these things and she kept pondering them and thinking about them, and it changed her thinking. I didn't have anything to do with it. I just was sharing what I knew.
Yeah.
Her son, her husband, was sharing what he knew. And she read the book, which just talks about some of the technicalities of translating and some of the stuff that if people knew, they'd be shocked. And it's all explained so well that you just, no way. You can just say, forget it. I don't want to know about it. But you can't argue against it. It's all laid out too well. And so it was just learning these things like you, like I did. And it just changed her life. It changed the way she thinks. Massive change.
People
Wonderful.
I know too. Myself, you, people I know. Huge. So we'll be praying that it's getting into people's hearts and minds and giving them the change that we've gotten to experience in the
Yeah.
life that's gotten to be alive in us. That's
Yeah.
so wonderful. So thanks everybody for joining us. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you see new episodes. Check out our shorts, search around the page, have fun with that. Until the next time we meet, thanks. Have a great day, have a great week, and we'll talk to everybody again soon.